Hi, everyone. I'm Steve here with David Wright at Fitness for 10. He's in our studio there at Fitness for 10 in Carson City, where he is a personal trainer and a competitive physique competitor. So, David, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Steve.
All right. So, everybody wants to know about losing belly fat. Everyone wants to know how to lose belly fat. They're hoping that we can give them some exercises for losing belly fat, which is not possible. If anyone tells you there's certain exercises, look, you can do sit-ups till you're blue in the face. And if you did that, you might get, some decent cardio in. If you did your sit-ups really fast and did them for an hour, you're going to burn some calories, but we don't get to pick where the calories come off of. So I'm sure you have a lot of clients say, how do I get rid of this belly? And we see a lot of people I see a lot of men, especially in the gym. Their legs are really lean. Their arms are lean. They're lean everywhere. And they really don't have any fat to lose, but they have what I call drum belly. I'm always talking about what I call drum belly. Drum belly is bad. So talk to us a little bit about maybe what your clients ask or what you tell them about how to address. Sometimes people say, I want to get rid of this flab under my tricep. You can't do that either. There's no exercise that's going to firm that up. It's about being in a calorie deficit, right?
Right, yeah, and one of probably the most common things I hear is those two things. So I want to, tone this area under my arm here, or I want to lose this belly fat. And so I've had to tell, dozens, if not, more clients and prospective clients, and just members in the gym in general, that body fat in itself is a body tissue. So we've got all these fat cells within our body. As we go in our calorie deficit, yeah, you're going to lose body fat, all right. If you stick to it, and whether it's through cardio or exercise, whatever kind of exercise you're doing, and then really keeping a hold of your nutrition, you're going to start losing body fat, also losing weight. However, there's no way, and I've seen on the internet and other places like, lose body fat today for blah, 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 use this exercise. There's no way for you to spot reduce, body fat. So if you want to lose your belly fat, for example, well, you have to lose overall body fat. So what I've seen in my own experience as well, generally that's the last place, for whatever reason. That's just how my body works. When I've gained body fat and I'm slimming down for a show, as an example right now, one of the last places that I lose body fat from is right here in the abdomen. So, you don't really get to pick that at all. It's just something your body's going to take it from wherever at any point that it wants to. So you just have to really stay on it. And to get to kind of the point that you had where you said, you can do a whole bunch of crunches or ab work. People think that doing core work is going to reduce the belly fat. Core work's probably one of the most important groups to work because it supports all sorts of very vital things that we need. However, what it's not going to do, other than in general being part of a good workout routine, it's not going to reduce your belly fat within your abdomen area. In fact, I've had some experiences, not particularly in this gym, but with other folks that, they start to do these great ab and core exercises that build up their, that get them bigger, stronger core, bigger abs, which is great. You think abs, you think six pack and lean and all that other stuff. Well, if we don't reduce the body fat, we don't go in that calorie deficit, what's going to happen is when you start getting those abs that are protruding a little bit more, well, you still have that body fat on top of them. So then you start looking bigger and you go, my gosh, I've been doing all these core exercises, I'm doing all these things, and yet I feel or look, fatter, so to speak. None of the stuff is working. And that's because we can grow these muscles, we can do these things, but you need to be in that calorie deficit. For your arms, a whole nother, thing. How can I get this flab away from my arms? Well, the skin is there already. The only way to really firm up some of that, you grow muscle. The muscle, of course, gets bigger. It leads to a little less droop. But overall, your body fat in that area or anywhere is going to reduce however your body wants to reduce it. So, to your point, anyone who says that you can lose X body fat at this body part by doing this exercise, totally untrue.
And let's get into the different types of fat that people hold in their midsection. And of course, I mean, you're right that when you start to gain weight, your body is storing energy because you're in a calorie surplus. Your body is storing energy in one way or another. And it's going to store it where it chooses to store it. Just like when you start to lose weight. And for men, a lot of times the last place to go is the fat on the lower back, on the back. That's a place where it's like one of the last places to go, one of the first places for your body to put the fat. But there's two kinds of fat that can be right there in the midsection. That's subcutaneous. That's the fat that you can pinch. If you can grab a glob of it, that's all subcutaneous fat. Now, that's not as bad as the visceral fat. The visceral fat is what I talked about, the drum belly, where you can pound on. It's like a drum. That's bad stuff. Now, it makes sense that your body would want to lose that first because it wants to make the organs work and function better. So it's going to try and get rid of that fat that's maybe in the liver or around the organs. But everyone's different, and your body's going to put the fat on when it's storing energy. Why is it going to store energy? Because you're eating more than you're burning. And it's going to lose fat or burn fat by burning energy when you're eating less energy, fewer calories than you're burning, which is a whole nother topic. And it's not just so easy. It's not just about eating less. It's about making your body work more effectively. So I'm sorry, we don't get to decide where the fat comes off of or where your body puts it on. Your body's going to decide that. And usually it's the one place that you don't like is usually where the fat's going to go. But you can do it. You can get it off by being in a calorie deficit and being healthy and doing the right things, exercising, putting lean tissue on. The more lean tissue you have, the faster your metabolism is going to go, the more you can eat. Any last thoughts, David?
Yeah, that's one of the things that I try to get across to people is, let's gain some, muscle. Let's put some muscle on you, not necessarily in that one particular area that they're talking about. Overall body fat. I'm sorry, not body fat, muscle tissue, lean tissue. Because, to your point, that's going to help increase the metabolism. The more muscle you have, the more energy you need, and the more you're expending. So, whether you come into the gym and you want to be toned is what I hear a lot. Well, toned means, you need to have, a little bit more muscle, you want to, be a little stronger. And yes, we talk about the body fat. That's generally what people are talking about when they say toned. But I like to explain to my clients that you're going to have to gain some muscle. Doesn't mean you're going to look like me when we're done working out together, unless that's your goal. But, that means we do need to gain some lean muscle, that we can, reduce that body fat by doing certain exercises, doing certain things. But you are going to need to gain some muscle. So it really depends on everybody's goal, but it's just really important that we don't take everything, as truth on the internet, because there are a lot of different things, and we've talked about those out there that will promise you things, and then you get discouraged when those things don't happen. So just really do kind of your research and talk to a personal trainer, like ours here at this gym or any gym, or, some fitness folks, and just get really good sound advice.
All right, David, as always, thanks for your input. If you guys have questions or comments, please put them in the comment section. And David, we'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Steve.